Hello, everybody, and welcome back, including a Mr. Jeff Doc Williams, who ducked off camera in pre-show there for a second, got back just in time. How you doing this morning, Doc?
Yeah, you go to unmute it and accidentally hit hang up. Yeah, that's how my day is gonna go. I bet.
Whoops. Hopefully that doesn't roll into dice rolls. This is Two Nerds One Quest, by the way. I'm your host and DMJC, the man ducking in and out, Jeff Doc Williams, of course, our lore master, our lore keeper. We also have the man on the ones and twos, Tom M. Norman, who looked cool as a cucumber through all that. He's playing, or not, no, he's not playing Crixus, he's playing Ernon.
Yeah, that is me, and I am very happy to be here today.
Oh crap, you're going for the German thing? Great.
What, really? Did you really think I wasn't going to do the German accent live?
Oh, of course you would. Of course you would.
My favorite.
Do the German accent live. And the funny thing about doing the German accent for the show would be that you'd have to speak in like your normal accent with Ernon. So either that or just make Ernon German. I mean, there's that route too. That other voice you guys hear is Ryan Crixus Kukta. How you doing this morning, buddy?
Hey, I am fantastic. Ready to rock today. Sundays are for D&D.
Hells yeah. And I cut Tom Norman off. What were you going to say there?
I don't know.
You don't know. Not important. If you can't remember, it wasn't important. Yeah, we play D&D. We're working our way through Rime, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. I was going to say Rime of the Ice Maiden, and that is not right. It's close.
I think that's a song.
Rime of the Ice Maiden? Might be.
Something like that.
Is it a rap tune?
No.
I think it was Rime of the Iron Maiden.
Rime of the Iron Maiden. It's a rap rock tune from the late 80s. Rime of the Iron Maiden. It's kind of like what it came on the same lines of Anthrax and Public Enemy getting together to do "I'm the Man."
Now we're talking.
Or no, it wasn't "I'm the Man." "I'm the Man" was Anthrax's song. What was the song they did, Kukta?
I can't. There's no way I'm gonna grab it now. I don't know.
Which band?
Public Enemy and Anthrax.
I'm the Man.
Bring the Noise.
Oh, Bring the Noise. Yeah.
I got a head full of useless trivia.
Nailed it.
Doc, you want to give us a recap of last week's show? I'm going to go warm up my coffee quick.
Sure. After the interesting night of Ellie and Ernon drinking and getting in fights, and Crixus and Doc, finding the best smelling place in town, and then getting beaten the crap out of. We wake up the next morning. Ellie's definitely hungover, but thankfully Marta cleaned up the mess. We decided to go check out our lookout spots, and while we're walking past the Torg's Respite, Ellie got distracted by the tracks and followed until she found and attracted a Chewinga who followed her. Since she was pretty punch drunk and distracted, we sent her back to the inn, and then the rest of us went to the market to find out that Torgs had arrived overnight and had set up their shop and were selling things. Doc bought a flask and made a date, quote unquote, a date. And then upon heading back to the inn, just about the time we got to the inn, Sephik was coming down the road, and that's where we stopped.
Yeah. So, the trio of you are walking down the road towards the inn after setting up your date for tonight with Torga and her crew. And one strange-looking human with no cold weather gear on or anything is coming walking down the street looking at you. Someone you've seen wearing similar clothes before. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You've seen this guy before in a previous town. That's what I'm getting at.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
How far away is he from us?
300 feet.
I'm gonna lob an arrow. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna roll for initiative.
Yeah, that's what I'm out to do.
I am going to run behind a tree and hide. No. I'm going to. Does everybody sees him because he's walking down the middle of the road? I'm assuming, right?
All of you, yeah. All three of you.
All right, I'm gonna whisper.
Pretty
to...
sure he sees us too.
Yeah. I mean, you aren't trying to hide.
Yeah, what's important about us?
Yeah.
He's probably got his eyes on a prize.
I'm gonna say very quietly to everybody, "Be cool."
Be cool. Be cool.
Be cool, bitch.
Okay, we're just 2.5 men heading to the inn.
2.5 men. 2.5 men and a woman.
No, she's at the
Oh,
end.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. She's already.
Not
She's
with
still
you.
there.
Something to consider.
Boy.
I mean, you could fight now, and the nice thing is that she's at the inn, so she could come back and save all your asses if you died.
But we're out in the open, and we don't want that to be.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to just keep walking. I'm not going to make any moves. I'm going to go wait till he's passed.
Just keep walking. Just keep walking. Do any of you
I'll take my
nod,
cue.
smile, look at him, anything as he passes?
Actually, I'm gonna say little chilly to be not wearing any winter clothes, huh?
He just kind of glances in your direction, just kind of side eyes you a bit, and then keeps walking. He doesn't respond really, other than that. Greasy hair strands kind of hanging down. His hair is all probably about mid-length. It's kind of hanging down. He kind of looks, side eyes you through a couple of strands.
I'm going to, since we're so close, I'm going to take a good, I'm going to, try to look at him to see if there's anything special about what he has on him, like his weapons, if he has anything special on him.
He is a well-built man in about his 30s.
Yeah, he is.
Olive complexion. What is not kind of greasily hanging down by the side of his face framing, his face is tied back in a dark ponytail. He has no facial hair or hair on his arms. There's no hair on his arms at all either, the exposed arm that you can see. His clothes are stylish. It's a matching set of clothes. Looks similar to something that you might have seen on the ships in the southern Sword Coast, pirates or sailors. He doesn't appear to be armed. The thing that catches you actually when he side eyes you is that his eyes are bright blue, like almost a piercing blue, not unnatural, but very arresting, like when he kind of looks at you at the side of his eyes.
This doesn't fit the profile of a serial killer.
They
For all
never
intents
do.
and purposes, he seems like a very handsome, normal sailor man. Other than he's not wearing cold weather gear.
But we don't see anything like magical hanging around his neck or.
No. And his demeanor is a bit frosty.
All right, so headed into the inn
Yeah.
without engagement.
In the corner, in the inn, you get into the inn, and in the corner, Ellie is sitting there at the table. She has a plate and a fork and a knife and a chewinga sitting on the table. And she seems to be playing with this chewinga with the mimicking eating food and whatnot.
I'm gonna
Marta is behind the bar,
I'm gonna go
Just
plop
kinda-
down next to her and say, "Feeling better?"
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is fun. It's a pleasant distraction from all the seriousness.
So she doesn't actually have any food in front of her. She just has a plate and fork and knife.
Correct. Yeah.
So I'm going to just shake my head and say, "What in the actual hell are you doing? Is this just what you're gonna do now? You're gonna play with empty plates and knives and forks and..."
I'm bonding with it. If I can get it to follow us back to Bryn Shander, we get your reward. And she seems to kind of be speaking softly, like as to not, like, you know how you try and talk to another adult when a kid's around and you don't want the
Mhm.
kid to hear what you're saying. It's kind of one of those things. Kind of out of the corner of her mouth and very quietly towards you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm gonna say, "Well, you don't need to play house with it. I have rope. We can tie the damn thing up and stick it in a pocket."
No, 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 no. Don't do that. It's an elemental spirit. It may curse us or something. I don't know. I've never met one of these. Part of the
Jeez.
reason we're getting this is so it can be studied.
Ellie's doing a good job gaining its trust. We wouldn't want to turn that aside.
I'm just gonna shrug. That's it. I'm already bored with the fake plate and fork and knife.
You want real food?
We had breakfast already. Is it lunch already?
I hope so.
Ish, yeah, lunch time.
Then yes.
But this time, so you have some lunch, some real food is brought. And Chewinga actually sits and watches, like, if it had eyes, it would be looking everywhere, watching you guys eat.
It's certainly ale o'clock.
Not for me, Ellie says.
So are
Yeah, Doc will be sampling the warm cider flask and passing it around if anybody wants some.
Yeah, I'll get in on that. I'll hit that.
There's a lot of cider in there.
Sounds good.
So I'm
Alright.
gonna bring up the mines. Are we still planning on wasting the afternoon, or not wasting the afternoon, but spending the afternoon going to the mines, or at least finding out about it?
I guess I'd be up to go to the mines.
That sounds great.
Feeling
Yeah.
better.
Can we check in with Marta how far away the mines are? Like, I assume it's pretty close if the people live in town.
Yeah, it's somewhere nearby. Hang on a second. Pull up where the mines are. Okay, that's that. That's that. Yes.
Yeah, we don't want to miss the party.
Let's see, you are in Terminal. Da. All right. Yeah, you can trying to figure out how far away they are. Forget. They're not very far. Most of the miners walk. Yeah, it's like maybe half hour outside of town.
Okay. Okay. Crixus will say, "Gear up. If we're headed to the mines, we should be ready for anything. It's
Mhm.
enough to scare hardy miners out of their work."
Ellie takes the chewing off the table and kind of puts it up on her shoulder. I'm gonna run up to my room for a minute here, and I'll be right back down. So she heads up the stairs. You guys go grab anything, or you have everything of yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All
that's,
set.
Yeah, I would say
She
we've
goes up-
got what we need.
She goes upstairs. She comes back down. Chewinga's not on her shoulder.
So where'd you leave the
All
little
right.
bastard?
Focus now. He's up in my room.
He'll
He's
be
got
safe?
stuff. Door's locked.
Well, according to you, he's a spectral elemental spirit thing, so does a locked door mean anything?
I don't know. He's small too. He could probably crawl out a crack in the window if he wanted to. But leaving him up there, I put him in a comfortable place. Gave him things to explore and play with. I'm hoping he just stays around.
Good. I don't want you to be distracted with him if he was with us. However, are you going to be distracted thinking about him back in the room?
It'll be fine, Ernan. Let's go.
I don't like any of this bullshit. All right, let's go.
Well, I think it's great. I'm glad you're having fun, Ellie.
Thank you, Crixus.
This isn't supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be on a mission.
Hey, if you have fun doing what you're supposed to do, you'll never work a day in your life, right?
That should be on a poster.
She says, "Let's go," and walks out the front door of the inn. You wanted to check with Marta about what? Someone said they wanted to check.
Is that? No,
Uh,
I said that should be on a poster. I think.
No, prior to
I-
the whole conversation.
yeah, I think somebody said they want to check with Marta to see where the mine was, right? In relation
Yeah,
to the
just
town?
how far the mine was.
Oh yeah, how far that? And she explains where it is, and that it's out the northeast side of town, about 30 minutes out by foot. Said the path should
Probably.
be. There's actually it's probably kind of snow covered based on the rumors. There hasn't been a lot of foot traffic. So
Probably just leave the dogs here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. Well,
I
yeah,
don't
by the
see
time we get the dog, collect the dogs, and change.
Is there a work wagon that goes from the local Home Depot over to the mines?
Yeah, is there
typically when
a
they're-
street corner we can stand on where a beat up pickup truck will come and ask us if we need work?
in Winslow, Arizona? Eagles reference for the young ones. That's a band for young ones. I just realized they might think that's a football reference, which wouldn't make any
For
sense.
the
at all
kids
either.
out there.
Yep.
I need to take it easy with those references.
Yeah.
Take
Kids,
it
your
easy.
dad listens to Hotel California on repeat all the time.
I heard what you did there, John.
Thank you. I'm laughing at my own joke too much.
Yeah,
The name of the song it's from is "Take It Easy, Folks."
No, it's not Take It Easy, folks. It's Take It Easy.
Take it easy, yeah. Take it easy, folks. No, there isn't anything that's running back and forth between the town and the mine right now. Actually, there's very little traffic between the town and the mine right now because of this disturbance in the mine. These creatures, these happenings. So you guys head north, out of town, northeast, traveling along a road. It takes you about 30 minutes or so to get there. The entrance to the gem mine it's kind of an open tunnel in the hillside. There are some carts there that are parked near the entrance. There's a sign that's kind of been stood up, written in a very hasty red color, scrawled on a couple chunks of wood. It says "Kobolds only." And it's sitting up against these carts. The interesting thing about it is that the writing actually looks very fancy. It wasn't you don't believe it was a kobold that wrote this.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Ignore the sign and continue on into the mine.
What did the sign say?
Kobolds.
Kobolds only.
Wouldn't have thought kobolds lived in this cold of a climate. They're sort of reptilian.
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded killers.
Interesting.
Death. It's funny, in the book, that's actually the name of the quest to take on Sephik, is Cold-Blooded Killer.
Oh.
As you walk into the mines, there's about 7-foot tall ceilings branching out into about 12-foot wide halls. There are no light sources. It's dark in here as you start moving your way in, so you need some form of light if you do not have dark vision.
I have dark vision. I don't give a shit.
Since
Ellie's
Doc's
first
backpack
right
is
there.
backpack is overloaded, so he'll light up a torch for Ellie.
All right.
Take a little strain off the straps.
Okay. She grabs one and as you walk in, I actually have a map of this for you guys. Let's see. I should have given this to you, Tom Norman. I may have to. We'll work at it. I'll describe it. Oh, excuse me. Best I can. You walk in. The first room kind of opens up in front of you, and there are paths leading off to the left, to the right, and straight ahead. There are rough-hewn steps that descend 60 feet. There are racks on the walls holding picks and hammers. And there's rocks and dust and tracks leading through all this dust.
Are there any torches on the walls we can light, or are they...
No, there's no light in here whatsoever.
The tracks on the floor look like they're all minor tracks, or any distinguishing monster or other size tracks.
Why don't you give me a survival check as you're looking at these?
18.
They are reptilian footprints mingled with human tracks. With an 18, there's a set that seemed to be like rodent tracks, like giant rodent tracks, some kind. You can see the tracks for the reptilian tracks kind of lead out into all the other tunnels. The rodent tracks specifically lead off to the left. Yeah, that's what you can tell from what you see.
All right,
I'll
so...
tell everybody else.
Okay.
I'll point them out.
You
Which
hear
way
Kate-
do those... Which way are those tracks headed?
Left.
The rodent tracks head left. The reptilian tracks head in every direction.
Okay, so let's follow the rodent tracks. What's the issue with the mine? There's issues.
Overrun with monsters, so the people can't do their work.
Okay. So let's follow the single footprints first to see where those go. Maybe there's a nest. Because I feel like if we start following the lizard footprints that go everywhere, it's not really picking a path. It's just kind of randomly meandering.
Are we trying to be sneaky, or are we...
It's a good question.
It's going to be hard with the torch.
Yeah.
and
Echoing
the
probably.
loud armor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe, Aaron, if you wanna sneak ahead of us and just kind of run point, then we'll follow.
So you want me to be the actual mining canary in this mine?
Canary in the coal mine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Theoretically.
I mean,
It makes sense.
I grew up in a mine. I have no problem with it, but I figure you can hide in the shadows better than I can.
And I have dark vision, so I can stay out of the light of the torch.
Don't go into
Did I say
the
night vision? I have dark vision.
night vision. Quing!
Everything has a green hue to it. I don't know why. Yeah, so I'm gonna go left and head down.
The left following the
Yeah, I'm
rodent
gonna
tracks.
follow the. Now that he pointed out the tracks, can I decipher them from all the other tracks?
Yep.
Okay.
The floor on the east side of this dusty cave, as you enter it, it kind of opens up into a. You lead off to the left, and it opens up a little bit. Into a room that is 5 feet higher on the one end. As you're walking into it, it kind of raises up on the back wall 5 feet higher than it does in the main area of the floor. And there are slopes on both sides that allow you to get up to that upper platform area. There are, again, picks and shovels laying everywhere. You can see small gem deposits reflecting and kind of sparkling in the wall on the ridge. And there's a temptation there. They're not liking his cash and understanding that gems can go for a significant amount of cash.
But they're in the wall, right? They're not just loose.
They're in the wall. You'd have to pry them out. Yep.
I'm going to actually go over to the wall and kind of look at it, just to get a closer look and kind of see if any of them kind of pull out, if they're loose.
Okay. None of them are pulling out of there. They're loose. There are many different colors of gemstone in the walls. There, you see hues of green and blue, pink, brown, red, black, all just kind of in various areas. It's almost like a rainbow of colors woven into the rock. There is a mining pick nearby your feet. Should you want to try and pry a bit?
Not noisy at all.
Yeah, right.
The temptation.
Boy, that is so tempting. I am not. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to not do it. I'm going to keep walking.
Okay. You kind of walk up the ridge. This whole room is like 20 feet wide. There doesn't seem to be anyone in here. There is an exit to it just south of where you came in. You came in the northwest side of the room, and on the southwest end of the room there's an exit there, and the whole room kind of pushes in this way, I suppose. I'm trying to do this backwards. I don't know. With the camera and the flip-flop, I don't know. That's why I should have given you the map. I'll use cardinal directions. I'll describe. Rely on your mind to draw the map.
But there's nothing that we see as far as...
Nothing threatening.
Yeah.
You don't see anything. You're back. He's scouting.
Right there.
All right. Yeah, we'll probably keep back about 30 feet, 30 to 50 feet, just to keep an eye on him. And
To keep him out of the torchlight also.
yeah.
When he went up on the ledge to kind of look at these, he kind of got out of your view a little bit. These tunnels they narrow and widen in various places. The tunnel to this room got about 5 feet narrow at one point and then opened up again. go back and report what you found, Aaron? Do you keep moving?
I haven't really found much of anything, so I'm gonna keep heading. Do I need to keep telling you I'm looking and searching, or are you gonna use? I have passive investigation or perception. My passive perception's 15, and my passive investigation is 14.
15. Okay. As you move on, you're moving out the southeast. Or southwest, sorry. Moving out the southwest corner of this room. It turns to the left a bit and then opens up about to that 10 to 12 foot wide thing and then forks in two directions. One to the left and one to the right. You hear running or rushing water from the left tunnel.
Which way do the tracks go?
The tracks for this go, I believe, to the left. Let me make sure. Yep, they head to the left.
All right. Are there any tools laying around in this area?
No, not specifically in this hall.
I am going to... Crap. I knew I should have picked up some tools. I'm going to make an arrow in the dirt, like a big arrow with my feet, kind of shuffle and make an arrow going to the left. And that's the way I'm going to head.
Go ahead. Okay. Crixus and Doc. Ellie kind of looks and peeks further in the room. He's not there. Should we follow him?
Yes. Let's continue on. Oh.
Right. So she's taking the torch and trying to find his footprints. She walks up the outside and she is literally following his footprints in the dust. And takes you up what seems roundabout, and you watch her come back down. Aaron, you said you headed to the left, correct?
Yeah, I'm following the tracks and going down by the rushing water, apparently.
Water. This cavern opens up into there's a it's supported by like a natural stone pillar in the middle. There's rushing water. For some reason, the water is just pouring through this cavern and exiting on the where's the map? It exits out it comes in from the northeast side and is exiting on the southeast side. There's probably about a 2.5 to 3 foot gap that it's leaving through that a small or medium creature may be able to go through. But there's rushing water through it too, so. Between you and this river are two rodents that are quite large.
Unusually sized, would you say?
ROUSs. Rodents of unusual size. They turn and... Well, are you being stealthy?
Well, I mean, I'm not
Perception.
being loud, and my boots are the boots of stealth, or whatever they're called.
Make a stealth check. See if these guys notice you.
While he's doing that, I'm going to pass the flask around.
Okay.
13.
That's a big-ass flask. 13. They don't seem to notice you yet. They're milling about in this cavern.
All right. I'm going to back out and go back up to where the path intersects and wait for the rest of the group.
As you get back, okay, we'll pause there and go to Ellie stops and she's looking at this arrow in the ground in the footprints that was kind of shuffled. And she turns and looks at the two of you and goes, I think he went this way. Points in the direction the arrow points. Do we continue?
Oh, yes. It's a clear message that this is the way we want to go. We need to stick together, Ellie.
Yeah, I know. He's gotten off. He's not coming back, though. I mean, there's scouting and then there's wandering off on your own. That's the first words you hear, Aranon, as you come back. You hear there's scouting and then there's wandering off on your own.
John, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little disappointed that you didn't say, this is the way.
Fair enough.
And okay, as I approach, then I'm going to say, I'm not going off on my own. I am scouting. If I was going off on my own, I wouldn't have come back.
So that's not a dead end, she says?
No, it's not a dead end. There's two rodents, large rodents down there that I don't want to fight by myself.
That's probably a good idea considering goblins give you issues.
Bite me.
Must be feeling better.
Somewhat.
Why don't you go home and play with your
All
children?
this fresh air.
Yeah, exactly. So there's rodents down there?
Yeah, I saw it too.
Is there anything else down there worth going after?
Did I see anything else other than the rushing water going through the little...
No?
No, but, I mean, are we supposed to just observe the monsters, or are we supposed to clear the cave out of monsters?
Oh, that's a good point.
Because it doesn't pay to come to the mine and search for anything if we're not going to do anything once we find it.
All right.
Aranon, did the rodents have saddles?
I did not...
Ellie looks at Doc.
I
What?
did not look for saddles. Do you want to go down and ask them?
I mean, I can, but I'm going to ask him with the edge of my axe. Probably.
Be sure it's the sharp edge.
Tell you what, when you're in the arena as long as I was, you see all kinds of things. So, kobolds on rodents is not out of the ordinary.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
If we see a rodent with a saddle on it, you have dibs.
Sweet.
Take us in, Aranon. Show us where these monsters reside.
All right, follow me. It's just it's not that far down. I'm gonna turn around and head back down.
Okay, you turn around and head
I'm
back
sticking. I'm sticking right with Aranon because I don't have much for ranged weaponry.
I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to pull out my short sword and the stranger.
Okay. All right, so you enter this room. These
Actually, I
two
take that back. I'm pulling out my short bow.
Short bow? Okay.
Yeah.
Ellie's got her shield out. She pulls out her mace. She's a big fan of mace to the face. She's kind of creeping along. She's like, should I get in front of you? If you're going to shoot?
Do whatever the hell you want.
So how do you approach this room? Down the one side of the room, there's the rushing river. Down the east side of the room. On the other side of the river, there is probably about a 5-foot ledge that you could stand on over there. And then there's probably about 15 feet by... like 15 feet by 15 feet on the other side of the river that they are standing in. They're right near the river.
So on our side, there's a ledge I could stand on?
No, on the opposite side of the river. The cave opens up into a 15-foot by 15-foot area.
Mm-hmm.
There's the river running about 7 or so feet wide,
Yep.
and then there's a 5-foot ledge on the other side of that river.
Ah.
And which way are we coming in from?
You're coming in from the western side, and the river runs on the
Okay.
eastern side, down the eastern side, out of an opening, and then straight into another thing. 15 feet of exposed rushing river down into a 2.5-foot hole.
I'm just gonna stay in the mouth of the cave and kind of kneel down so my shoulder is kind of up against the wall.
Support,
Yeah.
balance.
Balance
Okay.
and support, and just that way I only have really 2 avenues of being attacked. Would be straight in front of me and behind me, because nothing's going to come from my right that I won't be able to see.
Crixus, Doc, how would you like to approach this situation? These
I
things
want to
do not
be.
see you at this point.
I want to be within 25 feet of them if I can, and be ready to run in and attack when someone says go.
Just for clarification, are they on the other side of the stream?
No, they're on your side of the stream.
Okay. Yeah, then same as Doc, just basically be ready and try to creep up until we are ready for initiative. And then really as soon as Aranon fires, then we're ready to go.
Yep. So we'll have Aranon fire an arrow, and then we'll push the 3 of you into that room right on that side. So, Aranon, go ahead and take a shot at them.
Come on, Sorpo, don't fail me now.
Does he get an advantage for being hidden? Is that a thing?
Yes, because he's surprising. them.
It doesn't matter. I got 22. Or actually, I
It
would
might
be.
matter. If it's a natural 20, then it
You
could
get-
matter.
Well, but if he has
Yeah.
advantage, that does matter, Norm, because if you have advantage, that gives you sneak attack dice.
Yep, that's right.
Mhm.
That's very important.
So yes, I will use my advantage. So I had 22.
22, yes, 22 hits.
You do get sneak attack.
4 plus 4 is 8 plus 8 plus 12 is 20.
20. You put a bolt right in his shoulder. He squeals. Let's roll initiative. He stumbles just a bit, nearly falling in the river.
Ooh. Boomtown, get him.
Initiative.
Nat
That
20.
Looks good.
Nat 20 for so
So
that's
24.
what, 24 for Aranon.
I don't know if it came through or not.
I don't
Trying to
have
use the app.
Yeah, I don't have the whatchamajigger up. That's why. Let me look at the log. I have.
Baker's dozen for me.
All right.
Did
I
mine
don't
come through or not?
I don't see Doc's, but I also barely see Crixus's.
Okay. Mine is low, 5.
5.
I think.
Crixus, Doc. Okay. So Aranon, who walked away, has the next turn.
Right on time.
Perfect. Oh, you know what? Ellie's fighting in this too.
All right, so setting the stage, there's 2 giant rats and a stream with some quick moving water, right?
Yep. Ellie is going after Crixus. Okay. Aranon, it's your go. You are the first one up with your nat 20 initiative roll. You're muted, dude. You muted yourself, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I muted because my dogs were barking.
Yep.
At this point, I'm assuming
Oh.
I'm not hidden anymore, right?
Correct. You're not hitting anymore.
All right, so 25.
Yeah, 25 hits.
And 9.
9.
And
Same
I'm
one
s-
as you shot before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I'm shooting at the same one I shot before.
Okay. He is not looking very good at this point. If I can do math. Would you like to move? Bonus action.
No, I'm
Hide,
going
perhaps?
to.
There's
Just-
there isn't anywhere to really hide
Yeah.
in here. The one column that's kind of supporting in the middle of it, yeah, there's a rat on each side, and you see the river rolling behind it. All right, then we're gonna move to Crixus.
So I'm gonna go right up to the rat as close as I can get and engage him in combat.
The damaged one.
Yeah, let's go to the damaged one.
Perfect.
And I'm just going to swing my hand axe.
All right, swing away, sir. Swing away.
24 to hit.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope we have this luck with hits come like an
7
actual
damage.
bigger battle.
7 damage.
Well, he's hanging on by the barest of threads. He's kind of got a couple arrows in him and a big gash across his shoulder now. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Bonus action?
Just yell out, attack for the kill, Ellie.
Ellie nods and she's looking at it. She charges and she's gonna try and shove the rat. Which, if I can actually, I'm gonna pull up another window and make sure I have the rules on this right. Let's see, where is my? Nope, not that. This one. Action.
Shove the rat like she's gonna try and
Make
pick a fight with it.
Make a
You
melee
can
attack to shove the
to either
creature.
knock it prone or push it away from you. You use an attack action. You can make a special melee attack to shove a creature. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them. The target you shove must be no more than one size larger than you, which it's the same size, it's medium, and within your reach. So she runs up to it and she makes a strength athletics check. Contested by the target's strength, athletics, or dexterity check. It gets to choose. If you win the contest, you either knock the target prone or push it 5 feet away from you. So she's going to make a strength athletics check. That did not go so well for her. 6. And what does it got? It has its strength or its dexterity. It's going to go with its dexterity because that's a +2 versus a -1. Or -2, I should say. It wins. So she takes her shield and she just leans into it and tries to shove it, but it doesn't move anywhere. You get the idea. She was trying to push it into the river. And that's her movement. That's that. Yeah, that's she's confident that you guys can take care of this without a lot of usage of spells and whatnot. So she's just trying to get this over with quickly. It's their turn. The one is going to turn and go after Crixus. Just barely hanging on. Holy crap, I may need to replace this die. It didn't roll very well for me on Friday night either. That is
Not a problem for me, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say keep it for this show.
Does the 9 to hit?
It
Does not
doesn't.
hit. Nope. Then the other one is going to go after Ellie. It's a little bit better. It's 16, and she is 15, so it does hit her. Excellent. I don't know if that's excellent or not, but
Not excellent for Ellie.
Conflicting feelings. It's not good for Ellie. I mean, I like Ellie, but yay, I
Eh.
actually hit.
She's fine.
Does 8 piercing damage to her as it bites into her arm. Then we move on to Doc.
All right, I will
Had a long rest. I gotta make sure that is taken.
run up to the one that hasn't gotten hurt yet.
Okay.
And assuming he sees no sign of a saddle or anything else,
Yep. No saddles.
he's going to just go ahead and great axe.
Okay.
24 to hit.
Yes. Good lord. You guys are gonna come across something truly terrifying down here and not be able to roll to save your life.
Uh-huh.
Only 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
I get to re-roll 1s and 2s, and I'm rolling a d12. I rolled a 1, so I re-rolled it, and it was a 1. That's only 4 damage. And second attack, then I'll try to hit it again.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, snap.
So I will re-roll that one. Okay, and then a second die. 17
17
for
hits.
that one.
Oh, that's 17
And
damage.
17 damage. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And then I will use my. Oh yeah, I'm gonna save my action surge just in case we don't get a rest. I will leave it at that.
All right. Okay. Move back to Aranon then. At the top.
All right, I'm going to sling an arrow at the one that is hurt the most.
Yep.
Ooh, not so good. 9.
9. That misses. That does miss. Unable to make contact with the arrow, it ends up in the water. Kind of, you hear it and rush away. I lost an arrow. Is there anything
I'm going to
else?
yell, oops, my bad.
Yeah. Crixus, that arrow kind of went sailing past you. Didn't hit you, but you heard it as it went by.
And the rats laugh.
Anything else you'd like to do with your bonus action or movement? Or none?
No.
Hide.
There's not really a good
Where would I
place
hide?
to hide.
I'm
Okay.
going to go run back up the pathway and then come back down and pretend it doesn't see me.
You don't see me. Crixus.
I'm going to, instead of attacking with the axe, I'm going to try to Sacred Flame the other one.
The other one, not the one in front of you?
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. Ellie missed that guy.
Just
I
asking.
guess
You got the
I'll-
guy in front of you who's
yeah.
barely hanging on. Like
I'll
good
just try to
push
hack
for
the guy in
jump would
front of me.
eliminate him.
Yeah, I'll try to hack the guy in front of me then.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yeah. Wow.
You're right. At some point, it's going to go cold, right? Today is not that day.
It's almost like you guys should have attacked Sephik out in the street. It would have been over quickly.
Right?
9 damage.
9 damage. How does this one die?
I hack its head separate from its body.
Blood kind of seeps out into the dirt there.
Gross.
Body collapses. Bonus action movement.
I'm going to try to engage the other one, just kind of
Okay.
shield up, ready
Yep.
to defend. But
Yep, you can
hopefully draw
actually
its
move
attention.
around into a position where you'd be in melee range of that one next turn. That brings up Ellie. She's frustrated that she couldn't shove the dang thing, so she's taking her mace to the face on this guy. And it is a 17 that hits, and her damages to it. She does 6 damage to it. Um, bringing it there. And then, yeah, she's just going to hold. Just hold there. It's going to snap back at her. I really wish they had the dice rolls for the creatures. I have a feeling that's coming. 9 does not hit her. We move on then to Doc. The one in front of you is collapsed, head severed from its... Oh, no, you were fighting the one with Ellie. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Nope.
So
It's
just keep swinging.
Yep. Its attention is
keep
clearly
swinging.
focused on Ellie. And
21 to hit.
yep. Holy
15 damage.
15 damage. How does this one die, Doc?
Just axe through the back and probably just kick it in the water. I mean, it's not going to have gold on it or anything.
Yeah, you put an axe in the back, and your axe actually sticks in its back, and you kind of put your foot on it to pull your axe out of it. And when you pull your axe out of it, the body gives and slides off into the water, and the water just takes it right down the hole, and it's gone. Like you don't hear a fall, you don't hear anything. It's body's gone.
Good deal.
All right, who wants the next ride down that river?
Let's
Push the other one in there.
Let's send the other body that way.
Actually, so ready, John?
Sure.
Can we use the torch that I assume Ellie still has?
Yep.
And light the dead carcass on fire.
Yep.
And then push it into the water. Hopefully enough of it stays lit so that we can kind of peer down the river to see where it heads.
Are you adding anything to the body before you light it?
Sure. I have a jar of gunpowder. I can sprinkle a little gunpowder onto the back of the rat.
That's just gonna fizzle though. That's not gonna keep it lit.
Ellie sees what you're doing. She kind of gets what you're doing. She starts going through her pack looking for stuff that might help.
I mean, I also have a flask of oil. So maybe that makes more sense.
The funny thing is she starts going through her pack and she sees you putting gunpowder on the back and she's like going through her pack and she goes, I think I had oil in here though somewhere. I thought one of you had some oil. So
I do.
yeah. And thinking about it, you think that might actually work better to douse the thing in oil. So you douse the body in oil and light it on fire and you throw it over the edge. And as you're kind of looking, it goes in and then it goes maybe... Oh, where's the map? I'm going to find the map. I need the map. It goes 20 feet or so into this hole that you can kind of see 20 feet in, and then all of a sudden it just, whoop, it's gone.
Interesting.
Did it go left, right, down, or just poof?
The light went out, as far as you can tell. That's kind of what happened.
Okay.
Make a nature check. You can do it, assist each other, advantage.
I'll assist someone that has a positive.
Okay.
Mine's 0, but I rolled already. 16.
16. You understand that the amount of oil you put on there, that should still be burning. That it wasn't the water that put the flame out. It disappeared or something. Went somewhere.
Huh.
And you said the hole's only like 3 feet?
2.5, 3 feet.
Now it's getting interesting.
I mean, if we're planning on heading back to town still today, I'm not sure how much we want to be crawling through this place. There's a couple other rooms we can check first, maybe.
Well, we don't know how deep the water is, and if it's going too fast, we don't want to get swept away.
I don't want to get in the water.
Also, yeah, I don't want to get
gotta
wet.
walk through outdoors yet on the way home.
Oh, I
Great
forgot to
point.
do this. There we go.
All right, so can we check this room thoroughly and see if there's anything else in here?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. Actually, you don't even need to make it. You look around. There isn't. The rats seem to be what was in this room. There are other tracks. There are some of those reptile tracks that seem to come down to the river and then go back, almost like the river's either the water source or I don't know. That's your. That makes the most sense. Is that this is where they would get water.
Sure.
Which
All
to
right.
have a running source of water in this environment is probably a big reason why kobolds wanted this place.
All right, Ernan, you wanna take us back to the fork and try the other one, or
Yeah. Yeah, because there's nothing else in this cavern.
Nope.
So I'm going to head us back up to the fork and take the other branch.
Okay, so you take the other branch, and it leads 10, 15 feet and then splits, like in a perfect T, to the right and to the left.
All right, I'll wait for them to catch up, and then I'll. Do I notice any tracks? Any other tracks other than lizard?
No, at this point, the rodent tracks have stopped. The tracks you are seeing now are old miner tracks and these relatively fresh reptile tracks.
Well, you know what they say, left is always right.
So we're going right, Ellie says.
I'm gonna just ignore her and go left.
You head to the left. This room, it opens up into a larger room. The ceiling is higher. Off to the right, there's a 5 to 7 foot sheer face of like rocks and boulders that leads up to another like entranceway. There are tables and chairs around with rocks on them that have gem deposits in them, and there are tools designed for finer prying and pulling, extracting these gems from the rocks. Off to the left, there is another an exit to the room.
I am going to pick up the. Is it just like a hand extractor, like a something like almost like a lever kind of thing, or what?
It's similar to the whatever the hell the thing Andy Dufresne asked for, and
Oh, the little
Little
pickaxe
hammer.
thing. Yeah.
little pickaxe. It's fine work they're doing trying to extract these gems. At this point, it seems like the other people take these larger, like they're wheelbarrows of these larger boulder-sized things that have gems in them that they bring into this room, and then they start chipping away the other
Mm-hmm.
parts of it more gently, so that they don't break the large stones.
All right,
And
I'm gonna pick up the little handy thing, and
Chisel.
yeah, little rock hammer, and I'm going to. Do I notice any gems that are sticking out more than others? Like some that maybe just kind of holding on?
No, what is here is pretty raw and solid inside. Looking around at the other, at the rest of it, there's picks and hammers on the floor. There's some broken lanterns. As you're kind of looking through a table at some of these things and some of these smaller tools, you do actually find a small little figurine carved out of stone of a dog that has a pair of gemstone eyes. Looking at it, you go, well, this is really kind of cool. And they think, well, that might actually be worth a little bit of money. Not a ton in your estimation based on your work. You would guess about 10 gold worth. But it's a neat little character figurine that you could get some cash for.
Does anybody want some dogs?
Dogs.
Anybody? They're free. They'll be able to.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'll take them all.
I'll take one of them.
I'm gonna grab a miner's pick, and then for
Normal.
sure,
I'll take Gus off your hands, buddy.
No, yeah, you can take Brutus. He's the he's
The
the one
loud
being the
one?
dick right now.
I want Gus up. Type of dog I want.
I'm gonna put that figurine in my pocket, by the way.
Okay. Crixus, you were saying something?
no, I was just gonna grab the miner's pick and take a good hearty swing at one of the rocks laying around. See if I can dislodge anything.
You make some big ones out of little ones. Make an attack roll.
And
Actually, no. Roll me percentile dice.
While
Do that.
Crixus is doing that, I'm gonna say, well, we might as well try to grab some gems while we're here. I'm gonna pick up a pickaxe.
You're gonna have a whole bag full of rocks.
A random 36.
A random 36. You aren't able to dislodge anything that would be worth stuff. Anything that's still in these boulders would be difficult to carry with you.
Sure. I'll keep the miner's pick though.
Aranon and Doc, are you swinging? Go ahead and
I'm-
roll percentile dice if you are.
I'm gonna take a swing at because it's all in the wall, right?
No, these are large boulders that are in like wheelbarrows and stuff. And
Oh.
there's some of them that are on tables.
Is there stuff that's in the wall? Like, can I take a swing at the
Back in the
wall?
other room where you were in.
Oh, okay. I thought there's some there. All right, I'll take a swing. Where do I find a percentile dice?
The 2 d10s should give it to you. I believe is how that works.
I see a D100.
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the 2 d10s that says D100. Do that.
Doc's just gonna be looking around and checking out the other entrances and exits.
One better.
What are the odds that I would get one better than Crixus?
Ellie rolled a 10. I saw the 0 come up. I'm like, oh, come on. Yeah, anything that you spend some time hacking at these larger boulders and you aren't able to pry anything away from them that would be worth anything. It's actually kind of frustrating. Doc, you were looking at what you said?
Just checking the other entrances, exits, seeing if there's anything meaningful.
As you go over to the cliff face one that has about 5 to 7 feet up, and you really can't see up into there or anything. It looks like a normal walkway though, but it just up there. Working your way around to the other exit to the room in the southeast from opposite of where you came into the room. You actually hear water that way as well. And it is, yeah.
Guys, I think I hear water down this way.
It's almost hollow. It has a reverberation quality to it that the last didn't.
It has a reverberation quality to it that the last one didn't.
Says Doc emphatically. Well, let's head down there and see what we can see.
Do you all go together or do you send Aaron on first?
I'll go first.
Yeah, I'll let Aaron go.
Okay, Aaron, you go first. This curves to your right and then back to your left, kind of in an S pattern. And as it opens up to a wood plank landing that kind of walks as almost like a scaffolding along a wall over a pit that you cannot see the bottom of. And there is a about 2.5 to 3 foot wide opening that has water pouring out of it. into this bottomless cavern from the northeast wall. It is very loud in here. The sound of the water bouncing off of the walls in this confined space. There is the walkways continue around about 30 feet away. If you want to talk to anyone in here, it's going to be very difficult. You're going to have to yell to each other to be heard over the rushing water.
I'm going to. You said there's a path walking around?
Yep, there is a path that walks around the. So it is basically a circular shaft. You're
That's what
coming
she
in
said.
from the one side. It's all wet because there's rushing water through it. I mean, if we're gonna go
Also
there,
what
let's
she
go
said.
there. And so you have the rushing water coming out of the north. And the path you walked in on, there's scaffolding underneath this way, and then rolls away to the other side.
All right, I'm going to do that.
Okay. So you walk the scaffolding around to the other side and out.
I'm actually going to test it first to be sure it's safe. Like, I'm going to kind of put a foot on it, kind of poke at it, kind of make sure it's not going to fall apart just by looking at it.
It seems pretty safe. Make a perception check.
It seems safe. Famous last words.
You believe
I
it's
mean,
not a
it's
death
solid.
trap.
Yeah. I believe I'm not going to fall to my death. 14. That seems accurate.
14. Yeah. It's solid. It's not going to give way.
Oh, that's better than the response I thought I was going to get. All right. Yeah, I'm going to cross.
You're going to go? You can go on
Yep.
ahead. So you go on ahead. The rushing water there's like a mist that kind of fills the air. It's incredibly loud. You make your way along this scaffolding. It's a little nerve-wracking. The railing on the side is pretty much just some boards up and a railing across. So it's not, you don't want to stay too close to the railing. You move out the other side of the room, and there's a small hallway that curves off to the left, leading to there's ropes and a pulley system around a large hole in the floor. There's a massive bucket that is large enough to hold a humanoid. And there are wooden boards and mining equipment in a couple of alcoves along the walls of this room. If you looking inside the bucket, there's a crank inside the bucket that connects to this pulley system. Doesn't look like it could hold much more than someone your size, a creature. You might be able to fit a couple smaller creatures in it, but like if you and Crixus were to get in there, it would be like you wouldn't fit. You could get there and Crixus wouldn't be able to climb in with you.
Put Ellie down the hole?
You guys aren't there. You're approaching Doc and Ellie and Crixus. You're approaching this loud room. You don't know where Aranon's gone. You see this cavern open up with the rushing water. Into Ellie actually kind of looks down and goes, I don't see a bottom. Actually, she says, I don't see a bottom. She's got to kind of yell. And she's rummaging around it. She pulls her backpack off and she pulls another torch out of her backpack and kind of lights it, and then throws it over the edge. And you watch it go, and it just keeps going and going. And at one point, it like snuffs out. You think it's got to be the water that hit it or something, but it doesn't hit a bottom that you see.
Hmm.
Estimating it's gone at least 750 to maybe 1,000 feet and may still be going.
Note to self: don't fall in. I'm gonna head back into that main cave. Was there anything else in that room that I was in, other than that shaft?
The bucket and pulley system,
Yeah.
just a couple of mining tools and stuff in the alcoves in the walls with the wood.
I'm gonna go back out to that main room then, and because I'm assuming they're on the other side, so I'll be able to wave at them.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do
You
that.
do see them.
Hey, you guys.
Doc and Crixus, were you guys watching the torch go down, or was it just Ellie?
Oh, I definitely was. It's very
Okay.
interesting.
Make a perception check at advantage. Crixus. Give you the assistance of Ellie for it.
19.
19. Yeah. Looking over the edge, you observe this walkway seems solid. It's and you don't think anything's wrong with it. Ellie sees Aaron on and kind of nods and starts walking because he's waving, apparently. She kind of yells at him as she's going, "What did you find?"
Huh?
And she kind of waves you on and
I'm gonna do the exaggerated, like, come here. I'm gonna go to Crixus. You? Me?
So you guys end up moving on to this next room. Then yeah, you end up in this next room with this bucket and pulley system. It's easier to talk in here. You don't have to yell over the water quite as loudly. What do we want to do? Ellie's kind of looking at the bucket.
So, well, I mean, we can go down there, I guess. I'm not opposed to going down there one at a time, because I'm assuming we'd be able to pull it back up, right? Like if somebody goes down, like somebody up at the top can wheel it back up. Yeah. So maybe send Crixus down first with the shield, and then I can follow.
Okay.
I mean, that is if you guys feel like going deeper into a mine that we don't know where we're going, and if we be able to get back out and, you know, all that fun stuff.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. What could possibly go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Crixus climbs into the bucket, starts turning the crank, and it's taken longer than you thought. Turn the crank in here, and it takes a full-on minute for him to get down to the next floor. When it touches, a lot of cranking. Your arm hasn't had a good workout like this in a while.
You'd think with all the practice it would, take longer.
That's what I'm saying.
I was just
The
saying,
seasoned veteran.
It took a full minute to get down here. His arm is not used to going that long. That was the joke.
Well, my joke is he should be used to that.
I mean, my right arm is twice as strong as my left, and that's not a coincidence.
The bucket touches down at the bottom. You can see leading off in opposite directions are two dusty tunnels. And We'll stop there. We'll leave it right there. Before you bring the bucket back up.
All right.
Works for me.
So we got 2 dusty tunnels and some back and forth with a bucket.
We're spelunking.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing Spelunky. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, a little bit of player knowledge for you. If your characters didn't put it together, that waterfall was the river. And had any one of you gone down that hole? Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like a really terrible idea anyway.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, yeah, you're in a river, and then it opens up to the outside at below 0, and then what?
Yeah.
Yeah, instant popsicle. Like,
Yeah.
it all seemed like a bad idea. Hey,
Shit
Plant.
you out of it.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the
would've been-
party, pal. Yeah, the last thing I want to do is take like a bucket ride down 1,000-foot waterfall into oblivion.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for joining. We had a wonderful time today. Thanks for following. Thanks for joining us every Sunday, 8:30 a.m. Central Time, United States. So last week we hit affiliate, which is awesome. So be sure to use your free Prime subscription to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be making some icons and all sorts of fun new stuff that we have available to us now. If you are a member of the Patreon or if you subscribe, I'll be having some special stuff that we can do, I think. Give you priorities on things. So I'm still exploring all of that stuff. There's kind of a bunch of information. So OnlyFans? I mean, I save my OnlyFans for my feet. So, you know, you gotta keep them coming back for something.
I think it is actually against the Twitch terms of service to show your feet. I honestly believe it is.
I didn't get that
I
far
guess-
into reading the terms of service.
I have heard
I
that.
saw that somewhere that I believe it's against Twitch terms of service to show your feet. I think it came up on Critical Role because they were worried about whether or not they were wearing sandals on
On Talks Machina.
Vox Machina. Yeah,
Good
that's
lord.
where I heard that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah, Plant says technically, yeah, feet are against terms of service because of feet fetishes.
Yep.
Good lord.
Well,
I mean, sure.
yeah,
Sure,
I mean
whatever you
everybody's
wanna
got
do.
their kink. Who am I? Who am I to judge what other people like? I
Hey.
mean, gross, but who am I to judge?
Is it really that gross though?
It's not gross. It's
I
not
mean,
gross at all.
If
feet.
they're clean and well manicured and
Well, we found our first OnlyFans follower here. People,
Adorable.
JC will be subscribing to my foot
I will
OnlyFans.
admit to having a minor foot fetish. I mean, I'm not Rex Ryan or anything, but I do like feet. And a well manicured set of feet is nice. Cute.
And on that note,
Yeah, you literally took the words right out of my mouth. On that note, you can follow us all on Twitter. I am at Tom M. Norman. Lazy Dragon is Lazy Dragon GB. Cooch is Crazy Cooch. And Mr. DMJC is Wildfire 1265. We are 2 Nerds, 1 Quest. The number 2 Nerds, number 1 Quest. Follow us everywhere with that. Patreon.com/2 Nerds 1 Quest. Number 2 Nerds, number 1 Quest. We have some cool rewards. So I am taking away the podcast and adding it to the Patreon only. So if you are a $1 subscriber to the Patreon, you will get a customized podcast feed. Before it was set to the next tier up, but now join the Patreon if you want to continue getting the podcast. It's just $1 a month, and you get the pre-show and post-show note content, not notes. So you get all the fun German talk from pre-show and whatever the hell we talk about after the show today.
Don't say notes.
No
That would
notes.
require me to have notes.
No notes. So patreon.com/2nerds1quest. If you want to catch the show after the fact, after Twitch takes the show away, it is up on YouTube with terms of service. I have to wait a day now. Technically, I didn't even put last week's up yet. So all of our post show or all of our past shows are on YouTube as well. I will tweet out that link. I usually do once a week. What am I missing? I'm not missing anything. Join us. Have fun. Subscribe with your Twitch or good lord, it's been a morning. Subscribe with your Amazon Prime subscription. It is free to you, or subscribe normally. Go to patreon.com/2nerds1quest. We love you. We need you. I can't live without you. Hugs for everybody. For JC, for me, for Cooch, and for the Lazy Dragon. We are 2 Nerds 1 Quest. And for Gus, apparently, because he is woofing in the background. Peace, we be out.
Yeah.
Get all your pink parts.
Yeah, give me the cards. Yeah.